welcome to this exclusive interview. So today I am joined with Marianne, who's going to be breaking down the exact process that she used to go from 0 to 61,300 in 3 weeks. Like, even saying that out loud is I'm used to seeing crazy results from clients, but Marianne, someone who was starting at the point in which you were, seeing these results to me is just, you're so sweet and you're so adorable as a person. And so, when someone comes in and they're like a sales hustler, I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. But what you've done is unbelievable. So let's hear from you real quick. When it comes to your exact strategy, if you could break it down in like 30 seconds what you've been doing, then I want you to introduce yourself and everything. But let's hit them with some tactics from the very, very beginning.
Yeah, so I've been collecting organically leads with the methods that I got. And also before that, actually, we used the first days to perfect my impact offer. So the offer was perfect. And then I just started to gathering and generating leads and just calling them and converting them to clients with all the methods that I get and frameworks that I got.
Well, I'm glad that they have been paying off, because I think the really cool thing about what you did is that you took such messy action. You got your offer clarified. So you built a framework to get your clients results. And then from there, you took that and then you started going out and hitting the phone. So what gave you the confidence to actually start dialing people up and just phoning people? Because a lot of people, they kind of like to stay behind their keyboard and stay messaging people. But you went out there and you actually chose to hit the phone. So what inspired you to do that?
Well, I've been struggling to get my business results for the last two years. So I've done like everything. I've done messaging and webinars and launching and like maybe over 10, maybe 15 even webinars. And that just didn't work for me. So I was ready to do whatever it takes to get those results. And when I start something, I commit 100%. So if somebody says that the way of getting sales is doing these sales calls with this script, then I'm going to do it. And I did it and it paid off. Of course, it was so scary at the beginning. And I took the calls on my phone so that I don't have to see the person. But then I just started to taking video calls and so on. So it's got, but yeah, it's scary at the beginning for sure.
So one thing that you mentioned there was so key, right? Is that you've tried a bunch of things in the past, but then you moved to this method and it was different. Everything you've been trying before.
Well, this is crazy because of course I've known about these things before, but the way you built your framework, it's like suddenly it all seems so clear that how can I reach my goals and how can I do this? I don't even know like what it is, but it's just the framework from the beginning with the money making messaging method, from the conversations that I'm having with my potential clients. It's so different, and the best thing and the funny thing is that it doesn't even feel like sales. So the things that I've done before and the webinars, they've been so salesy, and it didn't feel like 100% me. I had to say things that didn't feel like me, and now it's just like connecting with people on the phone and really like talking about their problems and then giving them the results, like how they can resolve those problems.
So let's talk about your offer. Because, of course, the first thing that you mentioned that we helped you do when you came in as a client was actually get really clear on what is the framework going to be that you're going to take your clients through so that you can get them the result. So give us give us your statement. Tell us what you do, how you help people, because I think that your industry is interesting because you have a great niche. And
yes.
So I think that's really hopeful to a lot of people as to what they can do in order to grow their business.
Yeah. So I take creators and coaches from confused to confident with my Smart Scale framework so that they can really start living their best life and also help thousands of people and really like take control of their own business and life.
And so you're targeting a very specific audience. Do you want to
Yes,
share what
women.
language you're
Yeah.
they're
So
women and
yeah, sorry. So I help people. Uh, like mostly, my mission is to help women, especially. But now I've also got some male clients, and it's okay, of course, because I know that my program helps them as well. But my like a deeper mission is to help women to reach things like bigger things that they thought even possible for them. And I've reached so many amazing things in my life so far, and it's all been just like doing those things and believing in yourself. So that's something that I really want to focus on also in my programs. Yeah. And
great. And
also
so
I help most of my clients come from Finland. So it's
there we
pretty, yeah, it's pretty small country. And yeah, but yeah, that's also something that I think it's easier even in Finland because you don't have so much competition, I think.
right. And so what gave you the confidence and clarity to go after just people who are in Finland?
Yeah, well, I'm not actually going only just people in Finland because I've just switched my language in my social media accounts in English as well. But at first, when I started, I only worked with only like Finnish people, and I don't know if it was just more comfortable for me because it's my language and my home country. I know the culture; it's a little bit different than in other places. I think that I've had to make some changes to the scripts as well because the culture is so different. So things that might sound great in English, like cheesy or like weird in Finnish. So I've had to like make those changes in my own language. But yeah, still the same structure and everything, of course.
Yeah, and I think that's really testament to starting in a small niche and then expanding from there
Yes.
based on the needs and the demands of the market. Because
Yeah.
look, I mean, the fact that you've been able to generate $61,300 in or euros, sorry, euros or dollars, they're pretty similar right now, anyways. But in this 21 day period, it makes me want to ask you, what has felt like the biggest win so far? Because obviously the finances are cool, they're great, but I'd love to hear from you, maybe personally, what has been the absolute biggest win that has made you feel the most successful and fulfilled as of thus far since working with us?
Well, finally getting those results, like it's not about the money. That's right, because I'm not going to go and spend that money right away. I want to really invest that also in my business and start growing my team. And actually, the biggest win is definitely the fact that now the path is so clear ahead because everyone is also always like, well, I don't know the next steps to growing my business and so on. So now I know the next steps, what I have to take in order to achieve my goals. And those goals are very big and they've always been that. And the last couple of years, I've been like struggling mentally, even like every day to like figure out like how can I grow this business and what is the like the strategy to grow this. So yeah, that's definitely the biggest win.
And so, imagine how the path has been much clearer. I want to make sure that anyone watching this now walks away with some tangible value because you know me, right? Like I love to just give away as much content as I can for free. So let's go through the steps that you've taken so far to bring in this 61,000 or so because I think that's going to be really really helpful to other people. So what have you actually done? Share as much as you like. I'm cool with that because I
Yeah.
really want to just give back to this community. So share with them all of your steps. Yeah, I would love to hear it from you.
Yeah. So the first steps were getting like offer clear, like we talked before. So I made the shift before my online coaching programs were like 100 euros to like 300 euros. So now my offer is 2000 euros. So yeah, that was the first step. And also like getting the prices up to the high ticket level. That was like the main thing. And the next step was,
I'm gonna pause you.
yeah,
I'm gonna pause you. So you mentioned you basically 10x your prices, 20x your
yes,
prices. So how come you hadn't done that before? What kept you charging that low ticket price point for so long?
yeah. I had done some high ticket coaching, but it was more like for a different kind of audience. I hadn't had like this like mass program that I now have in that price point. So I think that what made me get the prices low, was the fact that before you start investing yourself, you don't believe that anyone else is ready to buy like high priced programs because you haven't done that yourself. So now that I've invested in myself, I feel like my prices are even pretty low right now. So the thing is that I want to get them even higher in the future, and I know that I can do that with your help. so so yeah, I think that's like the limiting beliefs of thinking that people don't have the money, or yeah, but it's amazing that they actually do have money when you have a great offer.
Right? They find a way to get resourceful when they want the outcome bad enough, huh? And I think
Yeah.
what you say is so powerful because when you invest in yourself, then when you ask other people to invest in you as a coach, you have so much more credibility as well. Like when you're on sales calls right now, you have so much conviction. One, because you know that what you're taking people to with the outcome, you know that it's going to get them there because of the way that we've
Yes.
helped you validate the impact offer. But then two, because you know when asking for money, you can ask for it because you've done it yourself. You know what it feels like to be the prospect on the other
Yeah.
side of the phone call, right? And so
Yeah.
you can actually empathize with your potential clients and you're leading by example as well. Like
Yeah.
you're a perfect testament to someone who leads by example because how on earth can you ask someone to invest in you when you don't invest in yourself?
That's the
You know
thing.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I don't even feel bad if someone isn't like ready to invest in my program, because I know that they are not like ready to maybe take the leap that they have to take to really invest in their own business and grow their business. So yeah, I think that that's like even more like symbolic like thing to do. It's not just getting the money from that person, but it's also like something that you can see, is that person really invested in getting this transformation and taking them to this outcome that I've been telling them and what I have been validating with my offer.
Totally, and it's gonna save you time, right? They're kind of doing you a favor if they aren't willing, because if they're like umming and ahhing about it, and then they get on a sales call and they say that I need to think about it, or I need to speak to my partner, or oh I can't make a decision right now for whatever reason, then it's better they just don't get on the call in the first place. And not only that, if someone's half in and half out when they join the program, then they're gonna be a nightmare of a client to work with anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's it. And so, with that in mind, let's talk about how you're actually finding these leads, right? Because you mentioned that you have now got a system to consistently bring in new leads. Now, I know you've done webinars and stuff in the past, and I know you've obviously had a bunch of low ticket clients that you could have potentially upsold to. But let's forget about all that because I know those are other methods that you have and other strategies because we've been helping you with other things too. But I want to talk about like for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Things that you have been doing to be pulling in new leads and new clients on demand. What have you been doing there?
Yeah, well, actually, the funny thing is that I haven't even sold to my old clients yet. So that's not something that I should probably think about doing. But yeah, so I have actually brought these leads in mostly from Facebook groups. And also, I got this idea to join this other, like, well, I don't know if it's like community for female business women. And I joined this community that was actually Swedish. And I went there and did this introduction post, and it was done with the methods of post. So the thing is that you like you don't even sell in those posts, but you get them interested, like the real people that are your potential clients interested. So my inbox actually was in one time, and actually 2 weeks, it was full of questions and people asking about it. And yeah, so that was the trick for me, the Facebook groups and creating the right kind of content for them and for those. And I think that also getting like loads of comments. I see all the posts, and I've done those posts before, but now somehow for some reason I got so many comments, like hundreds of comments, and it was really great for my sales, because then I made real sales out of those.
That's cool. So you used an impact post there. Now I have to
Yes,
ask you, did you use a sideways CTA or was it just a regular impact post?
it was, one of those was actually regular, but the other one was a little bit more like sideways. Yeah,
Because I'm just like, that for me is like one of my favorite methods, and it
yeah,
just works great. Like
yeah,
on and the cool thing is that impact posts work on every platform, no matter what. It also works if you go on a podcast interview. It also works if you're speaking on stage. It works everywhere. So do a sideways CTA.
yeah. That's
Sorry,
great.
I
I have
ranted.
to, yeah, keep that in mind, like in other places as well than social media.
Uh-huh, yeah, of course, yeah. Literally, if I meet someone on the street, then guess what? I am using the money-making messaging method like crazy. I mean, it's a habit because it's just a checklist that you can use no matter where you are, whether it's on social media, whether it's in DMs, whether it's in person on a call. It's beautiful. So with that in mind, when it comes to, okay, so you're using Facebook groups. Now, why do you feel like people are interested in you? Like, what sets you apart?
Well, I think that I have already some like credibility with my previous background, that I've been in business for 5 years and now done this online coaching business for 2 years. So I think that consistency with my work and social media has always been there, but I've not done it so like systematically, like getting those results in. I've just posted like stuff that I liked. But I think that's something, and also that I've shared my struggles pretty openly as well. So I really like lost a lot of money to Facebook ads and a bad mentor that I had before. So that's something that many people can relate. And also that I never like lost my hope, like that every mentor is going to be bad, but I still invested in this program as well, and had like great hopes that really were also exceeded. So I think that it's important to really, if you have a bad experience on some programs or coaches or mentors, you just need to try again, because not everyone is bad, but you can
And
of
so,
course
since we
have
started
those
together,
experiences as well.
yeah, and so since we've started together, of course, you've generated just over 61,000 now. And that was fascinating to me that you had really bad experiences with mentors and coaches in the past. And so I do want to know, like, actually made you go, and how come you weren't just, oh, coaching doesn't work, or oh, it's not going to work for me. Like, what gave you this mindset that will work for you?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think that I have pretty great like belief in myself. So I really know that I can like make this happen. So I think that's the first like most important thing as well, that you can't like put the fault to someone else, but you actually have to take the responsibility and of your own business and your work, and your like that's something. And I know that I can hustle and get the money back or something like that. And I think that's one thing. But also I can share with you that how I found you and how I came like a client of yours. I found, actually, I was googling about high ticket online coaching programs, and I was doing my own new program back then, And it was maybe like 1 week after that when I already had a call. And that was the first time I ever heard about you. And I just then went and saw your video sales letter and also about your YouTube channel and Instagram, and I just like went through everything, and I was like, oh my god, this is exactly what I have been looking for, and this is like exactly what I have been thinking, but I haven't like I have nobody has told me how to do this, and I was like, oh my god, I need to get this on all the knowledge that you have, because this is something that I need in my business right now. And I love the part that it's organic. The sales are done organically, so like everything is 100% profit. And for me, because I'm doing it still on my own, it's like it's amazing, because or I used so many Facebook ads and I outsourced my Facebook ads to some professionals and so on and so on. So I think the thing that I found you, and after a week I got the trust and got on the call, and it was pretty fast.
That's really interesting as well, because that's SEO, right? And I didn't even
Yes.
realize that you had come from SEO.
Yeah,
Because I
that's
think
true.
even myself, I talk about social media all the time. But wow, I mean, this is why, I always talk about the pyramid of trust, whereby at the bottom, you need to have credibility and authority before you try and climb the pyramid to get the visibility. Because if you don't have that credibility and authority, you're going to be getting yourself out there for no real reason. And so
Yes.
for me, the cool thing is now, and this is going to be the same for you and for loads of our clients, that they have so much credibility and authority, it just spills over into visibility. And it just happens without you even knowing. And so that's
Yeah.
really, really cool, because look, I mean, you mentioned there how you were spending a bunch of money on Facebook ads, and I just want to go back to this experience with this previous coach, because raise your hand if you've been burned by a coach. I mean, I have. I mean, I know that pretty much all of our clients have, and then they come to us, thankfully, and they get their solution once and for all. But let's lean into that experience for a moment. You were working with this coach because you've made all this money in such a short amount of time. But in order to get there, our audience also needs to know, like our listeners and our viewers right now, hi guys, you guys need to know what not to do as well. So what did this mentor or this coach tell you to do that you would advise everyone else not to do?
Yeah, that's a great question, because that's something that I really recommend you to avoid, and it's doing the value letter thing. So we started doing this like really cheap, like 20 € mini workshops that I had to be there live presenting myself and doing those workshops. And we used so many like thousands of euros to promote those mini workshops, and the plan was to get masses of people to those workshops and then sell them the priced product. But the fact was that we didn't even have the higher value product there, so we only had the mini workshop. So I think that's pretty crazy, because when I now think back, like that's like not a plan that was like even meant to work, because you don't have anything to offer them after that course. So it's not, I really now recommend you to go from higher and then maybe do the mini workshop if you want, but I don't even recommend doing that.
And so you mentioned that you were spending a bunch of money on ads. I mean, I guess it's because with that mass market offer, you need to hit so many people to actually make any good money. But then again, this is where, things like the beginning of my journey, I ended up signing up with a coach. I spent thousands and tens of thousands. And because I saw that this coach was getting their clients results like make X amount in just a short amount of time. So for example, right, the title of this is how you made 61,300 or so in like 21 days. But
Yeah.
I used to see things like that, and I didn't know that the strategy that the coach was teaching was a launch, close, launch, close, launch, close. Now, guess what? What Marianne's done isn't even a big launch. This
I haven't launched
61,300 is on an
anything.
evergreen.
Yeah, I haven't launched
So you
anything.
want to walk them through. Explain the difference to our audience here. I think that would be really helpful to them. Because like
Yeah.
I used to see the big testimonials that people would share. I'd see all the testimonials saying like, yeah, this person made this much and that much, but it was literally because it was a launch. So yeah, you want to explain that?
Yeah, sorry, I had to just speak because I was like so impressed about this thing that we haven't even launched anything yet. I haven't launched my program yet, and I've done this sales. So the thing is to do so a compelling offer that can be sold without like any external pressure, like this timers or anything like that. So
Scarcity and urgency and countdown timers.
yeah, yeah, that's what I did before, and I never got results like this. I never even got to like really create like salary for myself even. So it was like plus and minus with the ads and the sales that has come in. But now the thing that we have done a compelling offer that really can be sold whenever, and I don't have to like pressure anyone to buy it. The right people want to buy it straight away, and some people need to maybe take a couple of days to think about it, but they have come back and said, okay, I want to join it, and I give them the time because I know that my offer is good, and if they want it they can have it, and if they don't, then don't.
And let's talk about the results that you're getting for your clients right now. Like, how's that all looking?
Well, I haven't actually started my program. My program starts from a couple of weeks from now. Yeah, because I have my holiday. We have talked about it.
I love it. So you've made 61,000, you're going on holiday, and you haven't even launched anything yet. You spent
Yeah.
$0 on ads. I mean, what else do you want to be telling the people at this point?
Yeah, well, this has like shocked me as well. I didn't like my plan. I remember that in like a couple of weeks ago in your group call, I said that my plan is to get 5 clients or something like that. I don't know if
That's
you
crazy.
remember. Yeah.
I remember because I was thinking, okay, fair enough, like 5 clients in the first couple of weeks. Okay, she's new to high ticket. I understand. She's a little bit nervous. I'll let her have the benefit of the doubt. And then you've literally blown it out of the water. But look, what makes you different? Like, why can you do this? Because this is one thing where many people will see your results and they'll think there's, there's something special. So what makes you different, Marianne?
Well, I don't know if, like, I really believe that anyone can really have these results. Like, it's it's more about getting the right frameworks, I think, and also like having the right mindset. I think that that is really important. I'm ready to have my success, and I'm like ready. I know that I deserve it, and I think these kinds of things are also important, like the mindset work. I've done mindset work for like months now, like every day, to get my like I'm always trying to have the positive attitude even though I have bad days, of course, and so on. So I think those kind of things are things, and also the thing that you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself and your offer, nobody else will.
That's true. And so, what mindset work do you typically do on a daily/weekly basis?
Yeah, well, I do this now. I have started to do this 8D meditation. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's this you have like this. Well, I have this app that's actually Finnish, but this meditation lady is speaking, and the voice comes in like eight, like this infinity. It's like it's so weird. I can't explain it, but you can probably Google it. I don't know if it's like real thing, but I've done it.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Personal, like one of the things that I think is the reason I wanted to ask you this because what I notice about our most successful clients is that they all practice some type of personal development and they all use every opportunity as a moment of growth. So even if something
Yes.
negative happens, even if they get on a sales call and the person doesn't want to join, even if they have a post on social media and people comment loads of hate, they use that as a moment to learn and grow. If they hire someone on their team and that team member is a nightmare to work with, they use it as an opportunity to know not how not to hire in the future, right?
Yeah.
Just like how you hired these bad coaches in the past, now you know that what you need to do instead, right? And you need to go after people who have like the credibility and the space and so on and so forth. And what is really amazing about you is like you're just willing to do the work, whether it's
Yeah.
personal, whether it's in business, and that's the beautiful thing. That's really the beautiful thing about it, I think. And
It's not
so
that like
regarding
difficult
like
or
your
complex. Yeah, so
no no
it's
go
not
ahead,
like,
say it, say it.
yeah, it's not like difficult or complex. I just do it. I think that's like the real truth behind success. You just have to do the work every day. I do it also on over the weekends if I need to do it, because I really have clear goals on my mind, and that's also the part of my daily like mindset work, to really go over my goals and the affirmations that I can like remind myself why am I doing this. So I think it's not that hard when you just like put in the work that you need to do.
Amazing.
People make
That's
those
it, isn't it?
like this like they have those so many like, what is the word, like they get these reasons to not do something when they actual like it's easier to just do it even if it's like uncomfortable at
Excuses.
first. Yeah,
Facts. Yeah.
excuses. Yeah,
The thing that I always say is that time's gonna pass either way, so you might as well make the
that's
most of it.
true.
So you either waste your energy on making the excuse and putting the negative energy out there, or you just get it done. You
Yeah.
just get it done, and you feel so much better while you're doing it, and after, and you get the results as well. I mean, it's like, oh, it's so easy to just sit on the couch and eat, I don't know, cereal, but like, yeah, every now and then, whatever. But yeah, so Marianne, you also have a kid, right?
Yes, I have 1.5 year old. I don't know if you can hear. She's like screaming downstairs.
Well, I can, and that's why I wanted to ask you because obviously, yeah, you have your 1.5 year old. How are you finding time to do all of this and being a mother at the same time?
Yeah. Well, for me, it's always been like my goal and dream to succeed in business, and my business has been very important to me, even when I had my baby. And of course, now my baby is also like number one priority. And today, like earlier today, she had gone to this like has broke her leg a little in the nursery, so I had to move from a sales call. So of course there's like these kind of things. I had to go there and pick her up and with my husband. But I think that the thing is that we have a great team with me and my husband, and he is so supportive of me, and he's also supportive of my business, and he believes in my business and this thing that I'm doing. So he's never like he's always helping me. I think that's one like really important thing. But also the thing is that you still have time to do other things when your child is like sleeping or taking a nap, or and also our daughter is on nursery. So I have like, I think like normal people, the full working day. Of course there's some distractions now and then, but then I work on weekends and in the evenings if I need to.
And has your husband always been supportive of your business endeavors?
Yes, he has been like the rock of my like life. But the thing is, and the sad thing is that my family isn't that supportive of my business or my like career. So I know that many people go through this as well, and it's gone so bad that I'm not even like talking to my mom, which is pretty like sad. Yeah. So I think that I have to tell you about this also, because that's why it's even more important that my husband is like 100% supportive of me and my business. So that's like the bad thing, because I'm not coming from a family of entrepreneurs. There's no entrepreneurs in my family. So that's the like hard part of this.
At what point do you feel like your mum will understand?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that there's like we have to talk about it with her. Yeah. I don't know, because
She should.
yeah, it's I know that it's of course it can seem a little bit like uncertain when you start out, but I've always like managed to get by, and like make a living doing what I love, and so I think it's more like for her to come to like accept that I'm not going to do something else, or yeah.
Mm. Yeah, you know, she needs to just see your client testimonials. And a few weeks from now, once you're back from holiday, once your clients start, get like a mashup of client testimonials and just show it to her, and then I'm sure she'll see. Really,
Yes, yeah, I have to do.
I'm gonna show this to my parents. I'm gonna show this to my parents. I'm gonna say to like my dad, my client per month is if my client in 21 days is look how much she's making. That's like triple the average salary of most people that you've made in 21 days. How does that
Yeah,
feel?
I don't even know. It's so weird. It's like crazy. I just said to you that I have like I can take the screenshots and everything and look at it. Like I go there and look at it every day. Like this is crazy because my highest salary was like 50K when I was doing like a year before I was entrepreneur, and it was pretty good salary, and I did like side hustle like on the side as well to get to that. But now that I'm making that amount in a month, it's crazy. I think that only the sky is a limit.
Yes, I love it. That's incredible. And when it comes to some of the more difficult moments in business, what do you advise to people to do? Like what do you do in order to move on from those moments?
Well, what I do is what I probably recommend everyone else to do as well, is to just do the mindset work and maybe meditate and take the moment and listen to some of these like positive affirmation like videos. You can find those on YouTube as well, and then just do the work. I have those days, like I had them like last week. Even if I have like this great results, still I have those bad days, but then I just like start doing the work. And because I know that if I don't do the work, I will feel even worse because I let
Mm-hmm.
myself down.
Oh, so true. Then you get the double negative. And
Yeah.
I know you've been working very, very closely with one of our master coaches, Coach Lara. So, how's that experience been working with Coach? I see some questions coming through on the Facebook Live here, asking, is it one-to-one coaching that we offer? Is it group coaching? How does it look? And so, of course, it's an impact offer. And so, how's it been with Lara? And then do you want to explain how your process has been in receiving coaching from us?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of all of those. So I've had those group sessions, but of course I've had like personal help from Lara, and Lara is like she's amazing. I can't even. I just started to smile when you talked about her because she's amazing, and I think that she has like answers to all my questions, like and great answers to those, and I've learned so much from her that it's I don't even know like where to go without this support that I'm getting, and from Lara especially. So I really definitely feel like I want to continue. I don't even know, you haven't upsold me anything, but I'm already like in. I have been like
Content life.
yeah, so I'm like thinking like how can I continue to work with you?
That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Well, we'll definitely get you some info on that. But with that said, I mean, look, you're a dream client to work with. Like you are absolutely a dream client to work with, and this is the thing that I'm seeing more and more. Literally every client that's coming right now is just bloody amazing to work with. And this is a testament to the whole concept of your vibe attracts your tribe. Now, one thing that you mentioned, Marianne, going way back earlier in this conversation, when you invest in yourself, you have more credibility to ask other people to invest in you. My coaches, Lara, AC, Anthony, Michaela, all of our coaches at the team, I won't even list everyone out now, but all of them invest in themselves like crazy. I was talking to some of my coaches just a couple of weeks ago now, and I was asking them like, guys, what type of job perks would you want to keep improving your way in which you like working at this company and so on and so forth. And they were just saying how when it comes to what they're doing with their money, they're investing in themselves, mentorships, masterminds, events, retreats. And that is how we're able to continuously improve and make better and better because we lead by example and we do what we say and advise to do. We do
Yeah.
that. And so what's your favorite part about Impact School, Marianne? If anyone's on the fence and they're like, "Oh, I just don't know if it's a good fit for me or not," like what would you say is something that sets us apart from other people out there and other companies out there?
Well, I think that the most important part is that you don't like give anything like unnecessary. Like I have gotten like what I needed, and that's what I paid for. So there's
Right?
like I what I loved about it in the beginning, especially was the fact that I didn't need to go and see like hundreds of hours of online course videos, but I actually got action steps to take immediately when I signed up and started. So I started to working with you like straight away when I got started. So I think that's one of the most like then I knew like this is the right place for me because in the past there's been these programs and everything like okay so we will get you now on this and then in a couple of weeks we have this check-in call or something like that, but now we started like immediately, so I got the chance to really make the work, and I think that's also a reason I got these results so fast because you didn't like try to hold me back or anything. It was like straight to the work.
Oh, it's so funny because if you speak to anyone from my team, they will literally say, "Yeah, Lauren just she doesn't want to know any of the fluff, just the steps. Like, let's just get it, let's just go." And that's the beautiful thing because look, we are entrepreneurs, we're busy people. We don't have
Yes.
time to screw around watching all these videos. If I want to watch a long video, I want that to be a personal choice rather than an obligation. And I guess maybe I'm just pretty extreme when it comes to freedom of choice, but like truly, I mean that's probably one of the reasons. It's like let's just give the strategies that work and like let's just go. And so
Yes.
just to wrap this all up, I want to ask you a question. If you were to teach just one course that everyone in the world gets to go through at some moment of their life, what would that course be that you would teach to everyone?
Mm, well,
You
yeah. Well,
you
for
here, I know.
yeah. Well, for now, I think that it would be a business program, and I think that what you have said is pretty point. Like systems run your business, and but people run your systems. So I think it would be something like that.
Amazing. And at what point of someone's life would you teach them that?
Well, when they are starting their business and when they are already in business, but there are so many people in business that are just confused and overwhelmed. But it's not that hard. It's actually pretty simple, and you only make it hard.
Yeah, that's absolutely facts. Marianne, I want to ask you just to wrap this all up. What would you advise to anyone who is trying to get to that next level of growth in their business? What should they do? Where should they go? And how should they look to seek out the help that they need?
Well, I think they should go to Lauren's DM and
That was bloody brilliant. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay, well, there we go. Anywhere else? Any other
my
tips?
DM. You can come to my DMs as well.
Yeah, there we go. Follow you. So, what's your best social media platform?
Yeah.
Because they can
So
always send you a message to ask any advice or also look at you as to how your experience was with us if they want to chat to you or something. I'm guessing. What's your best handle for them to go to?
yeah, Marianne Lehikoinen in Finnish is my name, and you can find me with that name on LinkedIn and on Instagram. I don't know if you have to write it somewhere because it's pretty hard.
I'll tag
Lehikoinen.
you in that. I'm going to tag you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tag you in all of the descriptions and
Yeah.
everything here. I'll make sure my
Yeah.
team gets.
Yeah, and I'm really happy
Marianne,
to also share my like experience as well because I'm just so happy and satisfied client and I really really want to recommend that to everyone.
yeah, I mean, that's a pretty impressive result. 61,321 days. Marianne, you are an amazing client. I'm so grateful that we get to serve you. Thank you so much for coming on here today. And I hope that this expands your audience and your reach, and some more people are going to be able to find out about you and learn more about you and your amazing, amazing business. So, so grateful to serve you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for having me. Bye bye.